Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the late start. I had to wait for a quorum. I was way down one board member. Today is June 18, 2024. This is the Hannah City Village Council meeting. If everybody would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. You get those things down. Thank you. Okay. First item up is recognition of guests. Adam Woodson, I see you're online. Did you have anything to bring before the board this evening?
No, sir. Just observing.
Okay, thank you. Thomas Brashear, did you have anything to bring before the board?
No.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So everybody should have a copy of our June 4th, 2024 meeting minutes in front of them. Take a moment, look at them, see if there's any corrections, changes needed. If there's not, then I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Weaver. Second by Pearson. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Treasurer's report. Ms. Cassandra?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Any questions on anything on here for me?
I hadn't made it through all the bills yet, so.
I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and pay all the outstanding bills.
Second.
Motion by Chair Volley, second by Weaver. Any further discussion or comments? And we'll roll call that. Weaver?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Chair Volley?
Yes.
Brixell, yes. Motion carries. Brian, do we have any update from Brandon on the engineer?
No, nothing from Brandon on water tower or anything. We do
Okay.
have some MFT news, but I put that under streets. So
Okay. So attorney's report. Abby, to you, ma'am.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. Administrative report, Mr. Baylor.
yeah, I've got the May financials in your packet. You can look at the monthly core funds, follow the center column down. We had a positive month of 18,790, but we did have some ARPA money in there. So if you go to the adjusted number, which would be the next slide, we spent about $1,000 on the meter radios, and we spent a little over $12,000 on the blower for the lagoon and the pump in the for the one lift station. And so we were, if you count the cash and take out the expenses that we didn't budget for, we were actually almost $32,000 to the good for the month. If you look at the breakdown, then the next slide, we were, general was good, unemployment was good, water was good, but it's $1,000 better roughly. And then sewer's a negative on this, but that's where we spent the $12,000. So that's actually positive as well. And garbage was positive. And if you look at the adjusted form, You can see water was 13,000 to the good and sewer was just about $5,000 to the good when you adjust it for the ARPA spend. Just FYI, I think we've got to spend all ARPA money before 2025. And if I remember right, Cassandra, we have about $5,400 left
That's correct, yes.
of ARPA money. So we'll exhaust that this year. MFT, the income was about what we thought it was going to be. And then we had $4,400 of mostly engineering fees for the program development and getting the bids out and getting all that taken care of. TIF, activity at all. The only income was the Illinois funds money that came in. BDD income, sales tax continues to be lower than expected. So hopefully that will pick up. And then we did have the $3,500 of expenses that we approved for the Sportsman's Club projects that weren't covered by the grants in that number. So we were 58, almost 6,000 to the good. So the summary for the month adjusted, we were positive 31,867. General was positive 12,000. Income was better than budgeted. We had state income tax was significantly better. Expenses were worse than planned. We had the extra pay period. There were 5 weeks in the month. We paid out the board for their quarter or for their, and then we had some annual expenses like some IT expenses and other things, some subscriptions and stuff that we pay one time, but we budgeted for over 12 months. Water was positive, income was on budget. Expenses were better than budget. Water purchases were actually a little bit better than what we had budgeted for. Sewer was positive if you adjust it. And again, we had the capital expenditures for the meters, blowers, lift station pump, and then garbage was positive as well. MFT, just a little bit better than planned. We had the engineering fees I talked about. TIF, really no activity at all. BDD was lower. And again, I talked about sales tax being off again this year. If you look at cash, checking was, the monthly variance was positive by 12,757 when we transfer the ARPA money in from saving. Savings was positive as well if you count what we transferred in there plus the money that we transferred back for the ARPA. So the net transfers, we were still positive, and then total cash, we went up about $32,000, and this is the first month of the fiscal year, so pretty good numbers for the first part of the year. And then the cash sheet's in there too, the spreadsheet with the new all the new numbers in it. So you can see for operating, we were green for the month. Checking, we were green for the month, and total, we were green for the month, despite the fact we were negative on sewer, both on the checking and savings, but that was the transfer of the ARPA money and the money that we spent. So good, off to a good start for the year. Should see property tax this month, I'm hopeful, and see what that looks like. Any questions for me?
Any questions? No, that's it for right now then, Brian. Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
This takes us down to committee reports, Mr. Chervali.
I got nothing.
Okay. Planning and zoning. Brian, was there anything under planning and zoning at this time?
No, nothing except for we had our kickoff meeting for the code book, and we're going to be working on that.
Okay. Okay, sanitary and sewer, Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, we have one thing for the Lagoon Solar project. We need to get Cassandra and Brian authorized to deal with some of the financial stuff with that. Brian, how do we vote on that?
Yeah, I just think we need a motion that says that Cassandra and I are authorized to process the expenses that come in, as long as those expenses don't exceed the approved loan amount.
Okay, I would make a motion to authorize for the administrator and treasurer to process and pay ongoing project invoices, but not to exceed approved loan amount.
Motion by Pearson, second by Weaver. Further discussion? Yeah, and this is just because we've already approved the amount that's going to be paid out for this project. This just allows them to be able to go ahead and pay these invoices as they come in for supplies and everything, not to exceed the amount that we've already agreed upon. So, any further discussion? And we will go ahead and who did it last? Weaver?
It was Weaver, yeah.
Okay. So we'll call that Pearson,
Yes.
Chervali,
Yes.
Burksell, yes. Weaver,
Yes.
motion carries.
That is it for sanitary sewer.
Water, Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, we received the route plan from Pleasant Valley for the proposed water lines. So now they're working on the cost and estimates for all that stuff. Hopefully we'll be hearing from that soon. Do you have any idea when that would be, Brian? Probably another month or so, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Jim and the guy from Pleasant Valley. They're doing most of the heavy lifting on that. So I guess it depends on how much other stuff comes up.
It looks like it involves Taylor, Green Gold, Murphy. It makes its way here. So
I think it ended up being 20,000 feet. So it's a good ways.
Are they looking for a cost or the route?
No, we're not looking for the route. We're looking for,
we have the proposed route. Now
we
we're
have a
looking for the
proposed
cost of
route.
doing
Now
it.
we're just getting proposed costs to see if it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah, the big thing is figuring out the materials, and then the approximation of labor, and then we've got to talk to Pleasant Valley on what their rate might be, so we can see if there's even an ROI there to do anything.
Yeah, because if it's going to cost us more, even though we get the water cheaper, if it's still going to cost us more to build everything, then there's no return there for us.
And that is it for water.
Buildings and grounds, Mr. Weaver.
Nothing for buildings and grounds.
Streets and alleys, Mr. Weaver.
There is a lighting project proposal.
Brad, this is kind of detailed. Do you want me to go through it?
Yeah, because I don't,
Oh,
there's no cost here. It's just,
yeah, it's the top sheet basically is starting on the east end of town, and everywhere where you see a yellow box, that's where there's a pole, but that pole cannot take lighting and does not have lighting at this point, and it would either need power run to it or there's too many things already on it for there to be a light. The green, I guess it's almost like a light blue on yours, is where the existing lights are. And then yellow would be where new lights would come in. And then if you go to the second page, then it carries on down in through town. So again, red is, there would be additional cost to do it. Yellow would be, we can add new lights. And then the green is where the existing lights are. And then to Rod's point, if there's an existing pole that has power to it, there's no upfront capital cost to do it. So in those yellow boxes, you'll see where it says no charge. So the only one that has an upfront cost is the first one on the second page. It's 544221. So there's a cost of $201.50, so $200.50 to put a light on that pole. And then I had them estimate for me what an LED light would do cost per month, and the max cost per month is $75 for the additional 5 lights that we would be adding. So there's 5 yellow boxes. You'll see where they're at. They're pretty well spread out and kind of do complement where we currently have lights. So the thought process is everybody was saying we wanted to add additional lighting to 116. We can add 5 additional lights for an upfront cost of $202 basically upfront, and then $75 on a monthly basis for the usage.
But they're not on the sidewalk side. They're on the other side.
Correct. We're using existing poles.
Okay. So would it be a bigger light that it would reach across both lanes onto the sidewalk?
Well, we have an option where we can put in, I think most of these are the 100 watt. We have an option where we can put in 250 bulbs if we want to. But I guess the question is do we feel like we need additional lighting through 116? Do we still feel that way? If we do, this is a pretty low cost point to take a step in that direction.
Looks wise, it's just mimicking what's already out there for the new ones.
Yeah, the initial proposal would be the 100. It'd be exactly. But we all have 100 watt LEDs on the existing ones. We would add 5 new 100 watt LEDs in the yellow where the yellow boxes are. And the upfront cost, as I said, was $202, and the ongoing cost is $75 a month. And then if after we did that, if we felt like we needed more, then we could start having conversations about where the red boxes are and ask and see if we want to spend money to run power to them, or do additional, maybe even new poles or whatever to brighten it further.
Yeah, and those red ones, if I remember correct, Brian, it's not that they can't have a light, it's just there's too much stuff there already.
There's two problems with the red ones. Some of them have too much on the poles already, and so we'd probably have to add a pole next to it if we wanted to do it, or there's no power to it and we would have to run power to it at an additional cost to do that.
Is this gonna hurt our Christmas decorations?
No.
I don't think so, not at this point. Shouldn't have any impact at all, I don't think.
Yeah, because we already currently have our Christmas decoration lighting poles already up.
They're separate poles? I just didn't know if they're adding any lights to poles that we use those for, and if this was gonna take up, not that that's gonna stop us from putting lights, but.
Well, the lights would be higher than the decoration, so.
But like access point, like there's too many things on a pole.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
not the end of the world, but if we spend money on that already too.
Yeah.
Well, no, because where the lights are, I think the only one that it would bother would be the one by Country Financial, which I'm not sure where they hang that.
Yeah.
If it's right there or
That
if
sounds
it's,
like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I know Roger went out and they drove it together with the guy from Ameren, and I don't think he feels like there's going to be any impact to the Christmas lights. And we don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know what 5 additional lights are going to do. Is that going to brighten it even further, or make a difference? It'd be hard to tell.
I think it's a good step forward to light up the town, and especially with our crime sprees here and there, just more light make people feel safer.
Especially down 116, because it's always shadowy down 116. So.
And as that gets developed more, right?
Yep. More power comes in. Do you have
Say something,
Ron?
Rod?
So we have 10 existing ones now. We're adding 5.
Yeah, I didn't count. It's been a minute since I counted the blue boxes, but see, there's 1, 2, 3 on the first page, and how many on the second? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11.
No more than
11 and 5. Yeah.
no more than $1,150 for the first year then.
What, you know what we're
Yeah,
paying?
900 and 200. So right, 75 a month times 12 is that 900
$900.
annually.
75 a month, they said. Yep, that's 900, and we gotta pay 200, so yeah, only 1,100.
Do we know what we're paying now for the 10?
Yeah, he gave me a range of, and I can't remember what the range was. It was so much per light per month. So what's 75 divided by 5?
We do have one that's a 250.
Yeah, so I think it was like $9 to $15 a month to run it, and I used the worst case scenario of the $15 for the estimate.
Oh, so this is 75 for all 5?
Correct.
Oh, I thought it was 75 for both.
No, the per light, it was $9 to $15 per month per light. I used the 15 to make it worst case and build it up to $75. So it could actually be less than that, depending on.
The color is going to be the same as our existing lights.
Yeah. So I guess we can do nothing, or we can take the step and add these and see what it does. Or we can, if we feel like we need to take a bigger step, we can have that conversation.
Well, we have 250 already. You could put in these hundreds, and down the road, if we feel like that's not bright enough, we'll just throw 250s in there.
If they have the capability for the power.
250 watts on LED is
Not much.
a truck outlet.
So is there an official proposal that we're voting on?
$200.
If you want to add those 5 lights for the whatever $202 up front and max $75 a month to run it, then I'll go back to the Ameren guy and tell him we want to do it, and he'll move forward.
110150.
I'm sorry?
110150 total for the first year, max. But do we just
Yeah.
vote on the upfront cost?
Yeah, I guess what I'm.
We don't got to vote on an Ameren bill, do we?
Right. No, but we need to vote on
We
the
approve paying that later,
project itself.
which is only 201.50.
Right.
Yeah, well, then you're taking an increase of $900 annually for the operating cost.
Yeah, but that's on a monthly billing already. That's part of the regular monthly bill, so we don't need to approve that.
We just need to make sure we're okay with it.
Right.
Well, with our new solar panels, it ain't going to be a problem.
We just got power coming out everywhere.
So the proposed motion would be to approve the upfront costs to add these 5 lights for a total cost of $201.50 upfront.
So moved.
I have a motion by Chair Volley, second by Weaver. Any further discussion? Everybody knows what we're voting on. And we will roll call that. Chair Volley?
Yes.
Rixell, yes. Weaver?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Light it up. MFT road work is scheduled for 6/24.
Yeah, weather permitting, they're hoping to start next week, and we're going to get I think, Cassandra, you're working on a communication to let people know.
Yes.
It's exactly 6/24 right now.
It was.
Do I
Yeah,
put tar
that's
and
what-
chip or just red work?
This will be the tar and chip, correct?
Yes.
And the spray, well, they've already done the spray patching?
They haven't. They're going to have to probably do it in reverse order this year. The issue we're having is the public works person at Farmington is turned over, and we haven't been able to coordinate with them a time. So
Okay. Because I know I talked to Brad or Roger, and they were looking to go out and mark some spray patching. So that was 2 weeks ago. So
We use their truck.
yeah, we use their equipment. It saves us. They're nice enough to let us use it, and then we pay for it, pay for the expense. So
we think that's still going to be possible. It's just UCM kind of snuck up on us, so we weren't ready.
anything else under streets and alleys?
Nope.
I would add one thing. They got the speed sign out today for the first day. It's out on 116 coming in from the east. We're going to put it out for 2 weeks there, 2 weeks on the other end, and then 2 weeks on Hannah City Glassford, and then take a look at the data and see what we got.
I had the guy in front of me slam on his brakes to slow down coming in.
guy in front of me did the same thing.
People think it's taking pictures and stuff. It's awesome.
It is.
It's a cop, basically.
I had somebody, they had one in Farmington and I saw somebody blow by. Anyway.
Yeah,
So.
it happens.
Some people don't even see it. Staring at their phone.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
like,
CEDC.
Yeah, just a couple of things. One, if we've got the 3 commercial launch kickoff meeting is going to happen next week, I think next Wednesday. And then I went back out. We had asked for additional input from the coffee can, from Refuel, and from Gills in regards to the money that we had left, the $4,500. I've only heard back from Gills. I'm going to follow up one more time, but if I don't hear back from anybody else, then we'll probably go with the original CEDC recommendation with Gills and just bring that back to the board.
Okay. Anything else? Nothing else, Brian?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, sir. Incident reports. I'll have to table those till next meeting for Mr. Miller. And I don't have my email up right now. Before you, everybody should have an intergovernmental agreement. This is with the Hannah City Park District. We had been working on some of the, basically doing the mowing there for that entity for a while until they could get some things organized and get some funds and get going. At which point Brian was able to talk with the board and tell them, you know, well, you need to try to find somebody to start mowing it. At which point they came back with a number, and Brian talked to our guys and said, you know, what's our cost to do that mowing? And so therefore they entered upon an agreement to, I missed it. What was that at?
Yeah, it's $400 a month for the 7 months that we mow. So it'd be $2,800 a year. And I assuming that's why Adam's on. He went out and got some quotes for it, and I think he was in the $700-800 range for them to pay somebody to mow it. And we just kind of, if we do it at our cost, it covers the guy's cost to do it, and it's cheaper for the park district. So we thought it was a win-win.
Cool.
So the history is when they went through their financial struggles, we were mowing it for them for free for a while, and we did so for a couple of years. And but we're using taxpayer dollars out of one hand to do something for another taxing body, and so we thought it would be better if we at least covered our costs to do that. So that's what this is about.
Do we need to make a motion before we invite Adam to say anything if he wants to?
Yes.
The process would go is if we approve it tonight, and I'd love to hear from Adam if he wants to talk, but if we approve it, then the Park District Board will have to approve it as well, and then we'll just move forward.
You'll make a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement between Village of Hannah City and the Hannah City Park District.
Second.
Motion by Pearson, second by Chair Raleigh. Any further comments, questions? Adam, did you want to make any comments or have any questions?
All right, just trying to get that off mute. No, not really any questions. I think Brian and you guys covered it all, but I do want to thank everybody for letting us talk about this agreement and come to agreement, because definitely helps us in the end. It helps both of us, I guess.
Well, thank you very much, Adam. So, try not to sneeze, sorry. So, I got a motion by Pearson, second by Chair Volley. So we'll go ahead and roll call that. Weaver?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Chair Volley?
Yes.
Purcell, yes. Motion carries. Other business, Mr. Charavalli will be leaving us.
Blacker.
Until I get annexed.
So
We may actually have a problem with this one because once the board votes that there's a vacancy, his position is completely vacant, which means there's not going to be a quorum in the room to vote on anything else. So I recommend moving this section to next meeting so that you can still have a quorum the rest of this meeting and can finish voting and stuff.
I thought about that when I got here and saying that.
yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Abby.
Well,
so.
can't we do it in the same meeting? I mean, that Chris is actually coming.
Yeah,
Is he starting next meeting? Do we know?
No, we were talking about the July 1 effective date, and the first meeting in July is the 2nd of July, so we could do it all then if we want.
His resignation.
From the other thing? Yeah, I mean, for him to be fully appointed, he's got to go through the swearing and everything anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll just come to that last meeting and then get up.
So are we saying we want to do it? Is that the next meeting? Is the next meeting?
Or no, to me.
It is July 2nd, yeah.
Oh, this is the next one.
Yeah, this is the second meeting this month.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will table other business, Part A, board vacancy and appointment for the Village of Hannah City until our July 2nd, 2024 meeting.
There's a slight chance I'm not even at that meeting, now that you say that date. But I don't have to be here.
You do not need to be here, but we do need a... Abby, do we need a letter of resignation?
No, not from him.
Okay.
You're out, buddy.
Just fired.
You just say you're done. And that's it.
Train.
I know. Mav's got surgery on the 1st, so I don't know. Depends what kind of mood he's in. I might be here.
Understand. So, I will say that it's been great having you on the board. You've helped us out in a lot of things. Being the finance trustee, wish you the best. If you need anything, let us know. Get back in town pretty quick.
Thank you. Yeah, agreed. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, other business, Part B, Planning and Zoning Commission vacancy appointment. Chris Johnson has tendered his resignation from the Hannah City Planning and Zoning Commission as of the 30th of June, 2024.
There's a copy of that in the, was in the deck. I don't know if I printed one out or not, but
Yeah, everybody should have one. And do we need to vote on that, Abby?
Yeah, the board needs to vote on whether or not they're going to consider this a vacancy.
Okay.
so
Can we do that now? There's not a...
Yes, there is a vote on that.
So we need a motion?
Yeah, we'll need
To approve it and
to approve the vacancy from the, or to accept his resignation.
Yep, that
And-
works.
Okay.
do we have to say and have a vacancy or to make sure?
For minutes purposes, I would say accept resignation and consider resignation a vacancy in the position.
So moved.
Sure.
Motion by Pearson, second by Weaver. Any further discussion? Everybody knows what we're voting on. And we'll roll call that. Pearson,
Yes.
Chair Volley,
Yes.
Fritzell, yes. Weaver,
Yes.
motion carried.
I was saying Chris can leave, and now we can say, now
But
that there's a
there's
spot
also,
open,
but there's also a spot open now.
the guy wants to join who's always here, but actually not here tonight.
No, he's not. So, and actually, the Danny Pearson has is interested in filling the vacancy. So I guess we don't need to vote on that though, Abby, for me to appoint, do we?
Yeah, the board technically has to approve your appointment. You're just giving them advice, essentially.
So you're making an appointment, and then the next line is they vote on that.
So, Mayor Fritzell.
Okay. Okay. So took me a second to follow along. My brain wasn't working. So then I guess the motion would be board's consent to my appointment of Danny Pearson for Commissioner Chris Johnson's remaining term.
That's perfect.
Too bad I didn't write it down real quick.
It's right here.
So
Second.
I have a motion by Chair Volley, second by Pearson. Any further discussion, comments? And we'll go with Chair Volley.
Yes.
Fritzell, yes. Weaver.
yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Motion carried. So, CPO Comprehensive Prosthetics and Orthotics is having a golf outing. And this is to raise funds for what, Ryan?
Well, that's the thing. So here's, I don't know if we can actually vote on this tonight because, full disclosure, I work for the company and it is a for-profit company. And this is not necessarily a charity event. It's an event that all of the money goes to paying for the people who are playing golf who are amputees or are patients of CPO. So, yeah, all of that goes towards the food and everything for and paying for them to play golf. And then there's these different levels that you can do. We could have Hannah City have a foursome, $350, 4 of us can go. Then there's a whole sponsorship, which is just like the Hannah City's name would be on that whole. Or there's the $550 one that is having a foursome and your name on the whole. And then there's the gold that has all kinds of bells and whistles that I don't know what they are. But I don't think I can participate in that vote, so I don't even know if we can vote on it.
Abby, even though we have a quorum, if we have somebody abstain from a quorum, as long as I vote, it is a good vote.
Yes, you can still vote. He would just be abstaining, and you just need a majority of the quorum anyway.
Okay. That's what I thought, according to definition by IML. So.
And just to throw this, I've got no qualms either way. If you guys don't want to do it, totally fine. Just wanted to throw it out there.
So I am open for suggestions. We could sponsor a hole or do a foursome. If we get a foursome, then we got to find people to play.
I thought they were playing
Was that a suggestion?
Well, they
I thought the money was
for somebody
for
else
the amputees.
to play.
Well, you can do both. So you can do the 350 and just have a foursome go play, but you could do the 250 and just sponsor
A hole.
a hole. But if you do like the foursome, and you have like 1 or 2 people who want to go, then they'll fill those other 2 spots with somebody else. I think the silver is like paying for another group of foursome and a hole. I think that's how it is. I was just talking to the guy, but I can get clarification if we need. would we have 4 people who would even want to play?
Probably not.
I know Jim would play. I don't know anybody else though.
I would play, but I won't be a board member anymore.
It doesn't have to be a board member.
I kind of think that it should be the amputees that play.
The amputees are playing.
What about sponsoring the whole? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That would be an easy one.
That way we wouldn't have to find anybody to play, and
Don't have to worry about the rules and regulations. It's $250.
Sounds good to me.
We do a whole sponsor for the CPO golf outing.
I have a motion by Weaver to do a whole sponsorship for $250 for the 2024 CPO adaptive golf outing.
Second.
Second by Terravali. Any further discussion, comments, concerns? And we will roll call it. Weaver,
Yes.
Pearson,
Abstain?
Terravali,
Yes.
Brixell, yes. Motion carried.
Brian, if they need a logo from us or something, let me know.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. And I'll get all the information for the actual sponsorship. I'll have that to you tomorrow.
Just so everybody knows, tomorrow, Mid-Century Fiber will be in town having an event at the Coffee Can to get people to come up and try to sign up. See if they're not already signed up. See if they're interested in signing up. They'll be holding that. Then after that, they will be going door to door to talk to residents. They do have a permit already, or picking up tomorrow. Picking up tomorrow for that. So they can go door to door. There's just going to be the 2 ladies that I know of. The one marketing lady and I can't remember the other lady where she works at. I think it's customer relations, not the actual marketing department, but they'll be around. They'll be at Coffee Can in the morning. Then after that, then they'll be going around door to door. And primarily, I believe it's going to be Murphy Road area, in that section that we were trying to get there. And then hopefully they can, they're trying to get their numbers, see if they can get some more people signed up that are interested. They've got a board meeting to come up to see if they have X amount, then they'll try to get it to the board to get it approved to go ahead and get that built out, which would be nice. Try to get more fiber in town.
Yeah, that solar company was out again over the weekend. I guess they were on Lakeshore, and they're telling people that yes, they have a permit from Hannah City to be there, and when they're asked to show it, they turn around and leave. So, yeah, if you see them out there,
Yeah.
Tackle them to the ground.
What's it cost to get a permit?
Was it $50 or something?
$50 per person per day.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. And if there are solicitors and they're out and about, and if anybody has a problem telling them to leave town, let me know. I'll be more than happy to go find them, tell them to leave town. If they don't want to leave town, I'll call Peoria County Sheriff's Department, have them escorted out of town.
The other thing is, based upon the last meeting, is Cassandra, when we do get permits and we give them out, we're going to communicate that through the app so people know.
Which I did today
Yeah.
for the mid-century
Yeah,
one.
she did that for Mid-Century too. That's why I was bringing it up. She did communicate that out, that they were going out and they did have a permit. So our next board meeting is July 2nd, 2024. Mr. Chervarley probably will not be here anymore.
I did have a question. I saw there's a new business going into the mall down there that says it's opening in the fall. It's right next to the karate place.
Sarah, that's Dips.
Dips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have we heard anything about the gas station?
I have
Would
not.
that affect that place?
Brian?
Well, it won't affect it. That's the Faraday guy. I think he sells the Faraday packs or whatever. So the current owners, have the right to rent it to whoever they want. They haven't sold the building yet, so the gas station guy is going to buy the building. If he buys the building, then he'll have to work
Gotcha.
with whatever tenants to manage it the way he. But there's no guarantee he's going to buy the building, so you can't fault the existing folks for wanting to have a renter.
Not at all. I saw that new business that was open in the fall, and I was like, wait, okay. Yeah, didn't know if there was an update, but yeah.
Sell a lot of dips.
Great. I'm glad to have a new business in town. It's different than anything else.
Agreed.
Mobile trailer. They go to all the Spoon River and stuff.
So I have no correspondence. Does anybody have anything else to bring before the board this?
I will just say it was a pleasure meeting all of you, and I've learned a lot.
Even if you are.
Even if I am a Chevrolet or Chair Volley to the mayor.
Sure.
But it's been nice working with everybody and getting to know everybody on a personal level, and I'll miss everybody for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you too, Jeff. Appreciate you.
You'll
still
run
see
into
you.
him.
Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, thank you, Jeff. Greatly appreciate stepping up and coming on the board when we needed people to be here, represent the village. So yeah, if you ever need anything, let us know. We'll be glad to try to help you.
Thank you.
I'm sure Caleb would say something very nice.
Yeah.
Very eloquent.
Yeah. Nothing else come before the board. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, Abby.
Thanks, Abby. Thanks, Brian. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah,
Thank
see you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.